Hello and welcome to this instalment of Talkin Trim. I'm Jonathon Skinner and today we're looking at some fully trimmed front seats for the MGA Roadster models. This is a bit of a continuation video. I have done a previous video showing the seat covers and the seat frames and basic setups for the seat hardware, so I do encourage you to check that video out. Some videos will be linked at the end of this one, otherwise please do spend some time on our YouTube channel going through the various items that may be of interest to your restoration. But what we've effectively got here is two car sets worth of fully trimmed seats. We've got a set in Biscuit light tan and a set in Parchment. They've actually both been done to a bespoke full leather version of the kit, so absolutely everything on these seats is leather, including the sort of backrest bit here, even the retainer down here that's not even seen when it's in the car's leather. The only thing on the seat that isn't leather is the piping, which is Leathercloth, which we try to standardly use for all of our pipings where colours allow, as it's easily the most suitable material for piping and it's in keeping with this era. So both sets have been done to the full leather spec. Like I say, that is an upgrade option. Traditionally from the factory, the majority of the seats left in what we refer to as leather-faced, meaning the facings that you touch when you actually sit in the seat, they're leather, and the backs and surrounds and retainers are vinyl. Like I say, I have gone over those details in a previous video, so worth checking that out. We refer to that as leather-faced. Other companies refer to that as leather, which should not be confused with our full leather version, which is what these are. We effectively offer a three-tier version of options when it comes to the seats. At one end of the scale, you've got everything in vinyl. At the other end of the scale, you have everything in leather, which is what these ones are here. And then the middle ground option is a combination of leather for basically the main facing parts there and a couple of other bits, with the backs and the surrounds in vinyl there. Now we can obviously offer the seat covers, all of the seat hardware, and ship it out to you, and you can do the trimming at your end. Or of course you can send us your seat frames, or we can source the aftermarket seat frames, and you can get us to do all the hard work for you and make sure that the John Skinner kit is done to the exact quality and workmanship that we expect from our kits. As you can see, really nice results. We do love doing these seats. We're doing more and more of them for customers all over the world. As I mentioned, both of these seats are going over to Australia. So people do value our trimming capabilities in terms of that element of things. Now, I just wanted to go over the bare basics of these. I'm not going to go into too much depth in terms of the trimming process. We are working on videos that will assist you or your professional trimmer with, excuse me, the fitment process. But I just wanted to really detail how nice these seat covers look and some very bare basics of it. So let's start with referencing the book. So like I say, these are Roadster seats and they're the standard Roadster seats. Some Roadsters would have left with the deluxe style competition seats, but these are these versions of seats here. So they're the ones with the effectively the vertical and front to back pleats, which you can see here in the car, in this book here. Some of them left with these deluxe style competition seats, which are the very distinctive. They've got the horseshoe design there, as you can see, and a detachable back panel, etc. On them. We do offer those as well. Do check out the other videos showing those. And then obviously you have the coupe seats, which are completely different. They have horizontal pleats. I have done a video detailing all three seat covers next to each other so that you can see, but they all do use completely different seat frames. Some of the hardware is shared. The Roadster and coupe hardware, for example, is shared apart from the seat frames, but the deluxe style seats are completely different in every way, shape and form, so bear that in mind. But these are the standard Roadster ones, and they're a beautiful seat actually. Very simplistic, but they work well, and I think they're really in keeping with that kind of era of British manufacturing. So you've got the vertical pleats, the front to back pleats, and you can see a very distinctive drop on the outside edge of the frames. And basically, so this is the left-hand frame as you're sat facing forward in the car, so therefore the drop away is to the outside of the car. That's the right-hand frame as you're sat in the car facing forward. Again, the drop away is on the outside, and that's to allow the hood frame to pass by without scuffing the seat. And you can see obviously they're the inner ones there, so this would be where the that's the left hand one there, and that's the right hand one there. I've laid them out in sequential order effectively, and the seat covers are subtly different in that regard, and we do put markings on them to indicate left and right hand. But it's worth noting, and we have had this in the past with even professional trimmers, not quite sure on this one, the majority of that angle is done during the fitment process. There is a subtle difference on the actual seat cover to make it a bit more angular, but actually the majority of that happens during the fitment process. So that is down to you at your end to make sure that you're getting the position of the seat cover correctly and the tensions, etc., correctly. That's the way they should be kind of turning out there, so you've got the angles really cutting in. Now it's worth noting, Biscuit light tan, we've done full leather, but it's our grained version of the leather, so it's got this graining effect on there, whereas the parchment is the smooth version of leather. Most colours are available in both finishes of leather. Do see our website for details, and of course do request some physical samples. We can also offer Connolly Vomel. Connolly Vomel is the official leather that was used by a lot of British manufacturers during this era of production, but contact us directly about that, because the pricing element of it and the usage of Connolly Vomel, it's a rather unique leather, so there's a few ifs and buts to consider with that one. But suffice to say, we can offer Connolly Vomel if that's the way you want to go with it here. But as you can see, really nice job. All of the pleats are matching up exactly how they should be. Obviously this base cover here is trimmed completely independently to the foam and the framework there, and then you can see the blocks of wood here. That's what lodges it into the frame. I won't attempt to do it one-handed, but you can see it's lodged in, and all you effectively do is tilt that slightly forward and you can wiggle that bit out there. You can see the framework here is handed. That's the cutaway there for the gearbox. That's obviously the left hand as you're sat in the car. I'll move around like this, so you're facing forward in the car, left hand, the gearbox is coming down here, and obviously you have the sharper angle on the outside to allow the hood frame to pass by here. Not much more to say really on those ones, apart from the way it's sort of trimmed. You do have this kind of shape curve going around like this. It's just the way they're trimmed. You'll find that the sort of rubberized fibre hair, horsehair that's underneath there does leave a bit of a void effectively in it, because it creates this sort of curve here, so when you sit in it, it does fall back into shape there. The backrest has a panel, a millboard panel that curves round and has the felt padding on the back of it effectively there. Then you've got the tacking strips down the very bottom down here, where you can see we've tacked it all in. Interesting to see as well, I do mention it in my other video, you can see we've put a bit of wadding in there. So upholstery wadding is a very useful material to have when you're trimming a set of seats, because it often allows you to pad out certain areas that perhaps the foam or the horsehair, etc., depending on what seat you're doing, doesn't quite reach, and so you can stuff some wadding in certain areas, and so that's what we've done there to pad out that section there. But yeah, like I say, worth checking out the other videos that I've done detailing the actual seat covers and the seat hardware setup. But I just wanted to do a brief video showing you the quality and workmanship that we work to here, and it should really be noted that we're known globally for our quality and workmanship, and have been for almost 5 decades, and don't assume that other suppliers out there work to anywhere near the same levels of quality and workmanship that we do. We're very proud of our reputation and of our patterning and our attention to detail with these sorts of things, and this is part of the reason I set up the YouTube channel, is to showcase our products. But do not go on the assumption just because someone else is calling their seats MGA Roadster seats fully trimmed up that they're going to be anywhere near the same levels of quality and detailing and workmanship that we offer with ours, even with the actual seat kits itself. You've got companies out there that all they care about are the numbers. We're a company that obviously care about numbers, but we also care about the finished result and our reputation. And as you can see, it's well earned. So yeah, I think that's about it. Like I say, please do check out the other videos detailing the seat covers and seat hardware and any other Roadster, MGA Roadster trim parts that you may be in requirement for. If you've got a Roadster restoration going on, do let us know. Be more than happy to help. Just contact us using the contact page on our website. Look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, let us know what else you want me to be showing in these videos. Going to keep on recording them. Love doing them. But yeah, if there's anything particular content that you want me to include, please do hit me up in the comments below. Be more than happy to help. But thanks for tuning in. Please remember to like, share and subscribe with other classic car enthusiasts out there. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.